I have 5 new issue ones that came out this new comic book week, and I'm going to say whether you should buy or sell these books. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Panel by Panel Comics YouTube channel with me, your host Jay. Like I said, 5 new issue ones this week. I'm going to tell you whether you should buy or sell / pass on these books. Sorry, butting in real quick here. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the most recent video getting over 200 views. I think maybe even 300 views by the time I'm actually recording this little snippet. I just want to say thank you guys so much. For all the love and support on that video. It really does mean a lot. I know it's not even 1,000 views, but I really truly appreciate every single one of y'all that viewed that video, interacted with it, gave it a like, and if you didn't, you should go check it out. But I'll let you guys continue on with the video. Am I going to buy or am I going to sell these next 5 books? And starting off, coming in first, we have Sicko. This is issue number 1, 32 pages, worth $5 from Ignition Press. It is written by Tini Howard and the art is done by Amilcar Pina? Not quite sure how to say that, but it starts off with this character who we'll come to know as Valentine. She dropped out or flunked out of medical school, and while she was there, she got this immune disease where she starts to feel terrible. They do all these different experiments on her. They can't find a cure. They can't even find what is wrong with her. So they recommend her to go to hospice. She keeps going to the hospital over and over, and they just can't find out what is wrong with her. And of course, drives her crazy. She's just so frustrated that they can't determine what is wrong with her or what they need to do to help her improve her physical state. While this is going on, we see her being held up at a gas station by all these people in these hazmat suits. And they are there to try to contain her or just take her back to the lab where they could run some more experiments on her. And she doesn't want that to happen. And she finds out she can use her disease that she has and shoot it off and get other people infected or get them to have the disease. And that actually makes her feel a lot better. And we meet this character, this male character named, I believe, Mono or Ojo. I can't remember what his name is. But anyways, he's there and he's helping Valentine feel a little more comfortable while she's feeling awful in bed. He lays this brochure to her to potentially go to this place called, or his name's Jono. Pretty interesting. Anyways, he tells her to go to this place called Tien Perdido, a health place in Mexico, and she gets up and leaves after he tells her, hey, something's coming for you, and he goes to where she is at the gas station to try to help her calm down. We see the whole backstory of how she escaped, and I'm going to be honest, this, for me, issue 1, Sicko by Tini Howard and Amilcar Pina from Ignition Press, it's going to be a buy for me. I actually did not expect this book to be as intriguing as it is, but you learn to sympathize with the character of Valentine, and you see why she is so angry at the world, at these doctors, at these people, and you want to learn, what is she going to do to try to get healthy? Is she going to use Jono as leverage potentially? Because we see what happens at the end of the book for issue 1. But me personally, Sicko is going to be a buy. I highly recommend it. Another great issue 1 from Ignition Press. Next up, coming in, we have Gambit Wanted. This is issue number 1. Now, an editorial note just for anybody interested in what the timeline is. This takes place after Gambit 22, the miniseries issue 5, and just before Uncanny X-Men issue 270. Written by Chris Claremont, and Robert Gill is the artist on this title. And the art on the inside it's all right. Nothing too outrageous. It's doing its job. You can see Gambit, he's drawn well. Wolverine could be better. Jean Grey, Storm, I think could be better. But this story follows Gambit debating on whether or not he wants to join the X-Men officially. So this goes back to New Orleans. He's trying to find out what's going on with the kids there that he has a good relationship with. And he sees that one of these kids that he's been somewhat close with, her name is I honestly can't remember what her name is, but he goes there and she's at this poker table with these really, really high rollers, or these really rich people. And he pulls her from the table, tells her that he basically saved her life. And the woman that was there, Suzerain, she goes to this guy that Remy saw in the casino earlier, and she offers him money to go take out Remy and the girl. So Remy then goes back and tells them what he's been going through, the debate of him and Aurora Storm, how she wants him to join the X-Men. But while they were doing this, come to find out that dude in the casino was Bullseye, and Bullseye is going to be the main villain for this series. Really cool. He comes in, shoots the whole place up, breaks all the glass, and Remy Gambit takes Bullseye out and starts having a strong fist fight with him. And the action was really good. I thought it was drawn well. The art was nice. The colors were good. Thought there could have been maybe a little more like darker purple, but it was fine. It was all right. Anyways, Remy takes him underwater, blows him up 3 times with 3 playing cards, and he thinks that's it. He thinks that's done for Bullseye, but he brings him up to the surface because he doesn't want to live with that regret of potentially killing someone, and Bullseye is perfectly fine, and he's going to come right after Gambit and the girl that Suzerain once killed. Gambit's going to try to find out why Suzerain wants them dead, what her involvement in this is. But personally, for me, I am not going to be continuing this series. Gambit Wanted is a sell just because I couldn't get into the story. Really cool with Bullseye, but I think it could have been done a lot better. The beginning part was really slow. I couldn't get a connection with Gambit and these children of New Orleans. The writing was a lot of inner dialogue. A lot of it was just talking heads throughout. And then the action with Bullseye was really cool, but it was quick, bam, done. And then Bullseye is going to be Bullseye and, of course, come back. So it did not bring me in enough. And personally, Gambit is going to be a sell. But I can see all the diehard Gambit fans that will probably buy this title. Just for me, it's not good enough. The third book we have to talk today is Action Comics. This is issue 1100, the special anniversary issue. So I decided this deserves to be on buy or sell. It is 56 pages for the price of $6. Not a too bad price point if you're asking me. Definitely a very, very fair price point. First story is told by Mark Waid with the art being done by Skylar Partridge and Ryan Sook. It follows the main storyline of Action Comics, at least I presume, where Superboy is fighting this villain who's come to Superboy telling him that he has to die, essentially. But this was many, many years ago. His name, I believe, I honestly couldn't tell you. His name is Epoch, the Lord of Time, a villain from the future who is out to murder him before he can grow up to challenge him, essentially. It's like going back in time to kill Thanos is what this guy is trying to do to Superman, or Superboy, I guess, at the time. Doesn't go well for him. He thinks he has everything under control, but with the help of Dr. Gordon, Superboy sends himself into the future, or not really, but he gets some friends to help him from the JLU, such as Marvel Girl, Jean Jones as Martian Manhunter, and Booster Gold. They all team up and whoop him so bad they rip his body to shreds, and he goes back to whatever timeline that he is supposed to be from. The story continues, and Booster Gold, Marvel Girl, and Martian Manhunter take Superboy through his different memories because they are on the path to try to find where is Superman. They don't know where he's been or what has happened to him since the end of DCKO. Martian Manhunter doesn't like this plan too much because he doesn't like meddling with the timeline and risking potential things to happen because they are giving him these insights into his future. But then all of a sudden they see this hand poke out, and there he is. Clark Kent has made his way back into DC Comics, at least the Clark Kent that we know from the end of DCKO. This is a really good little 2-page spread here. I can't remember who did the art for this little story in here. I know it was written by Joshua Williamson. The art was done by Daniel Sempier, but they help Clark Kent get away from the end of all time. They pull him back to the main timeline, and they're going to go through the history of Superman, but also bring Superboy to the present day. So that is what is going to happen there. Then the next story, Game Night by Sophie Campbell and Dan Mora, was a little fun. We had some interactions between Superboy Prime and I believe that is Connor Kent, and the actual Superboy. They of course have a history, and then everything kind of went crazy after they were about to fight. Not quite sure what this was about, but Crypto and the cat of Supergirl, can't quite remember the cat's name. Anyways, they then, or Supergirl yells for his help because Connor Kent and Superboy Prime are about to go at it. Then we get the story at the very end by Dan Slott and Lucas Meyer, essentially for how General Zod is going to rise up, and this is going to lead us to the Kingdom of Zod event. All in all, this is a solid anniversary issue. Issue 1100 of Action Comics for me is going to be a buy. A really good story that details the history of Superman while also moving forward the story of DC's All-In Saga and this new Metropolis-wide event of the Kingdom of Zod. So the Superman crew, the Metropolis writers, all came together and really did a good job here with issue 11, and that is why it is a buy for me. Next up, final book from the big two being talked about today, we have X-Men Hellfire Murder. Now this is 56 pages for $8. Now that Action Comics issue 1100 was 56 pages for $6. This book was $2 more. Now, it doesn't feel like it was better than the Action Comics issue 1100, but anyways, Sebastian Shaw hosts this Hellfire Gala, and everybody doesn't like Sebastian Shaw. Everybody knows that he's a bad person, a bad guy, who's just a mutant that nobody likes. He hosts this gala, everybody gets these masquerades put on them, and these AI nanites make it so you can't really recognize anybody. We see all these different pairs start to form. I got thrown off because Cyclops and Psylocke are a couple right now, and I haven't been reading X-Men, so if that's actually what's going on, I guess. But they started plotting a murder. They were going to murder the 3K members, the Clone Magneto and the other people. I can only remember the Clone Magneto. Anyways, the ball continues, everybody keeps showing up, and then we get a lot of romance in the first like 20 pages, it felt like. There was everybody hooking up with each other, everybody was dancing, going off to the dark corners of the gala to do whatever they fancy. And then, this is a spoiler. If you have not read it, you should read this book first, especially if you're interested in the X-Men and this book. This is a huge spoiler. This is who's going to die in this book. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I gave you guys enough time. Sebastian Shaw dies after hosting his own Hellfire Gala. Jubilee and Wolverine, they're the ones that find him. So then all the protocols go crazy. Everything shuts down. Nobody can leave until they find out who killed Sebastian Shaw. The rest of the book is simply Wolverine and Jubilee, mainly Wolverine though, trying to investigate and find out who did this and why. And he inevitably finds out who did it, why they did it, and he seems to be somewhat okay with it. And the ending book, or the ending page, the epilogue, if you did not turn, there is an extra page here at the end, and it's Wolverine and Emma Frost having a drink together. Kind of interesting. Maybe some sort of romance could happen there, because that's never really happened before, and she says it. This has never happened before. You've never asked to take me out on a drink. So that was interesting. But overall, for $8, 56 pages, this book, the X-Men Hellfire Murder, it's going to be a sell for me. Even though it was solid, it wasn't worth the price point, and that's why I think it is worthy of not being bought. That's why I think it's a sell, because 56 pages for $8, I'm expecting absolute banger. But this was a good book. I don't think it was worth $8. So plain and simple, not worth $8, therefore it is a sell. Let me know what you guys think of this book down in the comments, and now Sebastian Shaw's dead. What does that lead to? Let me know what you guys think. And last, but certainly not least, actually, so rare, future me. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Terminal Issue 1, 32 pages, $5, written by Robert Kirkman. The art is done by Andy Kubert, as well as co-written with Joe Casey. At the very beginning, we are introduced to this character who awakens from his sleep, goes outside in the thunderstorms, has this huge ball of light cast upon him, his eyeball gets thrown out of sockets, and he gets this massive eyeball to start appearing on his forehead. We'll come to learn that this character is like the general of the group, but here are the main characters of the story. You have two different teams, a good team and a bad team, supposedly good and bad. You have the Activators versus the Awoken. Activators are the good guys, and the Awoken are the bad guys. I keep putting quotes because you'll come to find out that maybe not everything is as it seems. But we start off with Imp going up against Blaster. Blaster is a member of the good team, the Activators, whereas Imp is one of the Awoken. And they have a really quick battle, and he splits Blaster in half. So therefore, already one of the good guys is dead. But then we come to meet this character called Marilyn, who's looking for her sister, who we know as the Crusher. She knows her as Alessandra. And this story, or this first opening issue, starts with that story. Starts with this story of her essentially trying to find her sister, but her sister comes to her because Imp goes to to Marilyn, and tries to abduct her or kill her before she can reach her full potential, which is what this whole story in this world is about. But Crusher shows up and helps her sister defeat Imp, and Imp goes and runs away, and they evade everything. Then they go to the island where all this is taking place, and they held the funeral already for Blaster, and Crusher's already like, I'll pay my services another time. They end up meeting the guy that is in charge, Feed. He is the man that is in charge, and he welcomes them to his home. And Alessandra and Marilyn continuously are talking about her potentially reaching her full potential and going through her activation process that she once did. Now, this is also a huge spoiler. This is what happened to the eye at the very beginning. It's a being named Maculix, and he gives this huge speech. Eons of cosmic time bring this moment forward. The choice is upon us once more. Limitless potential or apocalyptic consequence, or a blessing or a curse. The gift of emergence does not come without cost. Marilyn Howe, you stand at the precipice of a cosmic awakening. I bid you heal this calling. The truth is within you. You surf along a roaring tidal wave of genetic legacy. What is to understand? And she's very confused by this, but inevitably she would try to reach her full potential. Meanwhile, the Awoken are going to Mexico and doing all these different things. But at the end of the day, she decides, I'm willing to do it because I want to become family once again with Crusher or her sister Alessandra. So she goes through the process, but this is a huge spoiler. If you haven't read this, you need to read this book first, because I mean, why are you even reading into this right now? She didn't believe enough, and the machine turned her into gooey slop and killed her. And just like that, the Crusher character's holding her funeral, but then we meet the main character who will be the main character, Tyler, who says, finally, maybe we can bring this to Crusher's attention and prove it's actually not all it's lived up to be, because you become terminal. Hence the name of the book. This is already being described as an open-ending book. Robert Kirkman has no clue where this book is going to go, which is why he has help from Joe Casey to help him create this huge, massive universe for Terminal. And it, for me, is a buy just because it sounds like a really fun concept. He is really taking a whole bunch of different swings. You thought you were going to learn to love this character of Marilyn. Then she dies, and the Crusher character, Alessandra, she's probably going to be a main vocal point. She's super, super strong. And I'm really interested to know what the Awoken's cause is. Like, what are they evil for? Why are they wanting to do these evil things and kill people before they even have the chance to reach their full potential. But guys, let me know down in the comments what you think of Terminal Issue 1. Just want to say again, thank you so much for the recent love on my newest video. Please, if you made it all the way through, hit that like button and subscribe as well. But I'll see you guys next time. Remember, no video on Monday. I will be out of town, but there will be a top 10 comics coming out for you on Tuesday. So tune into that and have a great rest of your day.